That's one ship I let me kill last.
Good evening, everyone. Adequate notice of this meeting of the Lawrence Township Council being held on Tuesday, December 2nd, 2025, has been provided in the posting of the annual meeting schedule of said council in accordance with Section 13 of the Open Public Meetings Act. Said notice was forwarded to the Trentonian, the Times, and the Princeton Packet on December 19th, 2024. We will now have an inspiration.
May we carry out our work at this meeting in a just, honorable, and sincere manner, always bearing in mind our duties and continue to keep Lawrence a wonderful community in which to live. I pledge
allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Madam Clerk, if you could call the roll, please.
Mr. Wilder.
Here.
Mr. Connectney.
Here.
Ms. Perry is unable to do us.
Here.
Mayor Brown.
Here. Here. Okay, at this time, we will have our special recognition and presentation. We're going to start with the oath of the Office of Administration for the new and promoted firefighters. We'd like to thank the family members for being here this evening. Our firefighters are an integral part of our community, and it's wonderful whenever we can come together and recognize them.
Thank you, Mayor. Good evening. Full house tonight. Nobody can leave too. When we're done, only we can leave. Nobody else can leave. My name is Jack Oakley. I'm the OEM director and also the Chief of Emergency Services here in Lawrence. This is a great day for the emergency services and in particular the Division of Fire, as we are going to promote, which have already been promoted, 2 lieutenants, and we are going to add 3 firefighters to our staff, to our career staff. The commitment from the mayor, the council, and the manager to improve fire service here in Lawrence Township should not go unnoticed. This is going to help us be able to provide a better service, a quicker service, and hopefully a more robust service than what we have done in the past. So at this time, I'd like to do the promotions, Mayor. I'd like to call up Todd Lenarski and Justice Colucci. And also with them, Todd's wife, Stephanie, who will hold the Bible. And Justice's wife, Kira, who will hold the Bible. Just going to read you a quick bio on both these guys. First, Todd Lenarski was appointed to the career staff as a firefighter on September 3rd, 2019, and assigned badge number 20. Promoted as lieutenant on March 31st, 2025. Prior to being hired by Lawrence Township, he worked as a dispatch supervisor at Mercer County Central 911 Communication Center. A third-generation firefighter following in the footsteps of his grandfather, father, uncles, cousins, and brother. Todd joined Slackwood's volunteer fire company in 2003. He quickly became one of Slackwood's most active members. Todd has held every fire line position from lieutenant upward, culminating in his election as Slackwood's fire chief in January of 2019. Lawrence High graduate, Todd is 36 and has been married to his wife Stephanie since 2012. Their children are Jordan, Madison, and Brendan. Next is Lieutenant Colucci, Justice Colucci. Appointed to the career staff on July 16, 2018, as assigned badge number 19. A lifelong township resident and proud graduate of Lawrence High School. Justice began his commitment to community service early, joining the Lawrence Road Fire Company as a volunteer in July 2013. Meaning that by the time he was hired, he had already gained 5 years of firefighting experience. Justice is also a state certified emergency medical technician, qualification that has proven invaluable at motor vehicle accidents and other medical emergencies throughout the township. With just shy of 7 years in the Department of Justice, successfully passed the civil service first level supervisor promotional examination and was promoted to his current title of lieutenant on March 31st, 2025. Outside of work, Justice and his wife, Kira, enjoy spending time outdoors, hiking, and traveling together. There.
Justice. My phone out, sorry. My voice went out. Okay. And this is Justice Calucci. I, Justice Calucci. Make it official.
Yep.
All right. Ready? I, Joseph Calucci,
I, Justice Calucci,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of New Jersey,
and the Constitution of the State of New Jersey,
that I will bear true faith and allegiance
that I will bear true faith and allegiance
to the same
to the same
and to the governments established in the United States
as the governments established in the United States
and in this state,
and in this state,
under the authority of the people,
under the authority of the people,
and that I will faithfully,
and that I will faithfully,
impartially,
impartially,
and justly
and justly
perform all the duties
perform all the duties
of fire lieutenant
of fire lieutenant
according to the best of my ability.
according to the best of my ability.
So help me God.
So,
I, Todd Lenarski,
I, Todd Lenarski,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support the Constitution
that I will support the Constitution
of the United States
of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of New Jersey,
and the Constitution of the State of New Jersey,
that I will bear true faith
that I will bear true faith
and allegiance to the same
and allegiance to the same,
and to the government established
and to the government established
in the United States
in the United States
and in this state,
and in this state,
under the authority of the people,
under the authority of the people,
and that I will faithfully,
that I will faithfully,
impartially,
impartially,
and justly
and justly
perform all the duties of the fire lieutenant
perform all the duties of fire lieutenant
according to the best of my ability.
according to the best of my ability.
So help me God.
So help me God.
This is the most dangerous part of the ceremony. This is where the wives get to pin the badge on them. We do have EMTs here, just in case, so if it goes bad, we're covered.
I see you.
Kira even practiced this at home. Next to the cadaver, 3 firefighters come forward. We have Alex Armenti, Daniel Greco, and Stephen Campbell. And can I have Alex's mom, Susan? Daniel's dad, David? And Stephen's brother, Chris. Sure, we'll read a short bio on these guys. Alex Armenti. Alex is a lifelong resident of Lawrence Township and a 2016 graduate of Lawrence High School. His interest in the fire service began unexpectedly during after-school stops at Captain Paul's Firehouse Dogs, where conversations with Captain Paul Tweedley about his years with the Trenton Fire Department sparked an early curiosity that left a lasting impression. A few years after graduating, Alex began working for the Township of Lawrence in the Public Works Department, where he has spent the past 7 years. He started as a seasonal laborer and earned his way into a full-time position. Around the same time, Alex joined the Lawrenceville Fire Company, Station 203, later transferring to the Slackwood Station 201. After his years as a volunteer firefighter, he became a qualified acting officer in the front seat of the fire apparatus, earned the rank of lieutenant, and obtained his EMT certification. He also serves as a per diem EMT with Trenton EMS and the Endeavor Emergency Squad, further strengthening his experience in emergency services. Becoming a career firefighter has been a long-term goal for Alex, and achieving it is something he takes pride in for himself, his family, his friends, and his community. He is honored to join the department and looks forward to continuing his commitment to public service while growing within the fire service. In his free time, Alex enjoys working on his motorcycle, exploring the outdoors, and spending time with his German Shepherd, Belle. Alex, raise your hand. Can you believe Alex spent time at Captain Paul's? A little strange. Next, we have firefighter Dan Greco. Firefighter Greco was appointed to career staff on December 1st. Daniel is 21 years old and has been a resident of Lawrence since 2010. He graduated from Lawrence High School in 2023 and subsequently completed the fall 2023 semester of Mercer County Fire Academy, where he graduated as valedictorian. He also holds certification in swiftwater operations and technician. He is currently pursuing his education at Mercer County Community College, where he's working towards a degree in fire science. Daniel first joined the fire service in June of 2023 with Station 203, driven by a desire to make a positive impact in the community. It began as an interest, quickly evolved into a passion, ultimately guiding him towards a career in firefighting. Before his full-time appointment, he served as a volunteer at Station 203 and later as a per diem firefighter for the career staff. Outside of the firehouse, Daniel enjoys lifting weights, drawing, and playing video games. That will stop in the firehouse. He would like to thank his family and his friends for their continued support and helping him reach his point in the fire service. Daniel, raise your hand. Okay. You never see this guy without a smile on his face. Constantly. And ever since yesterday, it's been they're kind of Next, we have Stephen Campbell. Stephen Campbell was born and raised in Lawrenceville. Serving his community has always meant a lot to him. He began his journey in the fire service with the Slackwood Fire Company as a cadet, where he learned the fundamentals of the job and developed a strong appreciation for teamwork, responsibility, and service. While in high school, he balanced his classes at Lawrence High, the HVAC program at Mercer County Technical School, and part-time work, all while completing the Firefighter 1 certification. Big load right there. Before entering Fire 1, he volunteered in a variety of company and community activities, including 2 years assisting with Operation Santa Claus at Slackwood, an experience that strengthened his commitment to the town he grew up in. As a member, he continued to grow, earning clearance to ride within 2 weeks and responding to numerous calls as he advanced through his training. He remains committed to professionalism, hard work, and ongoing development as he continues to build his career in the fire service. Now, if you notice, raise your hand, Stephen. They are twins, Stephen and Christopher. I already explained to them, there's no way you're going to come to work late and have your brother step in. I can tell the difference between the two of you. There's no way about it. They are affectionately known as the Soup Brothers. Chicken and beef.
And also, as your mayor, it gives me great pride. If I heard correctly, these are all Lawrence High School grads, which is cardinal pride for me, and I'm so honored to be here this evening to do the oath of you. So, thank you. Alessandra Armenti. You have the Bible? I, Alessandro Armenti,
I, Alessandro Armenti,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support the Constitution
that I will support the Constitution
of the United States
of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of New Jersey,
and the Constitution of the State of New Jersey,
that I will bear true faith
that I will give true faith
and allegiance to the same,
and allegiance to the same,
and to the governments established
and to the governments established
in the United States
in the United States
and in this state
and in this state
under the authority of the people,
under the authority of the people,
and that I will faithfully,
and that I will faithfully,
impartially,
impartially,
and justly
and justly
perform all the duties
perform all the duties
of firefighter
of firefighter
according to the best of my ability.
according to the best of my ability.
So help me God.
So help me God.
Daniel Greco. I, Daniel Greco,
I, Daniel Greco,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support the Constitution
that I will support the Constitution
of the United States
of the United States
and the Constitution
and the Constitution
of the State of New Jersey,
of the State of New Jersey,
that I will bear true faith
that I will bear true faith
and allegiance
and allegiance
to the same,
and to the same,
and to the government
and to the governments
established in the United States
established in the United States
and in this state
and to this state,
under the authority of the people,
under the authority of the people,
and that I will faithfully,
and I will faithfully
impartially,
and impartially
and justly
and justly
perform all the duties
and perform all the duties
of firefighter
of firefighting
according to the best of my ability.
according to the best of my ability.
So help me God.
So help me God.
Okay, and now Stephen.
Not a mortgage.
I, Stephen Campbell,
I, Stephen Campbell,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support the Constitution
that I will support the Constitution
of the United States
of the United States
and the Constitution
and the Constitution
of the State of New Jersey,
of the State of New Jersey,
that I will bear true faith
that I will bear true faith
and allegiance
and allegiance
to the same,
to the same,
and to the government
and to the governments
established in the United States
established in the United States
and in this state
and in this state,
under the authority of the people,
under the authority of the people,
and that I will faithfully,
that I will faithfully,
impartially,
impartially,
and justly
and justly
perform all the duties
perform all the duties
of firefighter
of firefighter
according to the best of my ability.
according to the best of my ability.
So help me God.
So help me God.
Thank you.
That's fine. That's a fake signature if I ever saw one. Yeah. Thank you, Mayor. Just one quick note here. Command staff is present. I just want to recognize the command staff and also all of the career and volunteer firefighters that came for this. This shows just how much of a momentous occasion this is for us. They all came to support 3 people who came from the volunteer ranks that are now career firefighters. These are all 3 volunteer firefighters that are now in the career ranks. So the career staff, Ray Nagy, Mike Oakley, Chrissy Vincent, I don't see Dave Moore, but that's the career staff, the fire department administrative staff. I just want to recognize them because these are the leaders in the town right now. These are the guys that are out there every single day, guys and gals in the department that are out there every single day, and they deserve a lot of credit as well. So proud of these guys. Hopefully they have long-lasting careers, much past my time, I'm sure. But they are a good group of individuals, and they're going to give the township 100%. You can guarantee that.
This is a very good recommendation. We're going to take a 5-minute break, the council will, so that we can allow for family and friends to take some photos with the firefighters. We're going to move out.
So how's work?
This is so nice. They look so cool. You love it? I asked them to put it up. So they put it up. They do a beautiful job, right? I'm gonna check my sure. I wanted to tell Mark that
Yeah, sure. Very proud. Well, yeah. Usually was where you go into sometimes spread out. So we barbecue place they actually have what do you do with
We can quiet down, we're gonna start our meeting. Mayor, for the last 2 years, I've had the honor and tremendous opportunity of visiting around the town, the various centenarians that live in our community. It was quite a pleasurable surprise to learn that in Lawrence, we have quite a number of residents who have reached that mark in their lives. So I just wanted to share one of the most recent centenarians that I met with a couple of weeks ago. And I brought a picture, so I have a show and tell this evening.
All right.
So, I've got my keys for a puzzle. So this beautiful young lady is Jenny Ann Competency. And Mrs. Competency celebrated her 103rd birthday. The exact date, a couple of weeks ago. And I had the honor, like I said, of going to her home and visiting with her family. Spent like a Sunday afternoon with her. As I mentioned, she is of the age of 103. I'll just read a little bit about Mrs. Competency. She was married to John Competency in Lawrence Township in 1942. He was a World War II veteran, and the two of them were blessed with three children, John, Thomas, and Patricia, all of whom have benefited from her love, guidance, and wisdom through the years. I had the opportunity to meet both John and Thomas and Patricia virtually. As a child, she attended the St. Hedwig's School. I said, hold that again, so I'm a St. Anne's person. Okay. She went to St. Hedwig's, and she was forced to leave early due to the Great Depression to find work to help her family. Post-Depression, she discovered her artistic talents and was hired by a new Spaniel Pottery of Trenton as a painter. She was very successful. She had a very artistic flair that was highly regarded by Mr. Stengel. And they would assign her new additions to paint and decorate celebratory pieces for dignitaries, special gifts, and during her husband's absence while he was in World War II, his return from war due to injuries, her loving dedication of family was steadfast, evidenced by the raising of her children, and she provided a wonderful home life, instilling in them the values of love, beauty, family, faith, respect, dedication, service to others, and hard work. During that time, post-Depression, she held various positions at our local VFW Post 3022 in the Women's Auxiliary, and was active in St. Hedwig's Church Rosary Society and the Trenton Polish Democratic Club. Even at 103, the rosary she still prays daily. I think that's a little bit of a secret. She helped families farm 2 acres that with fresh organic vegetables. And they said before organic vegetables were even fashionable, they were doing that first here in Lawrence Township. The wisdom and experience of older adults is an invaluable gift, enriching the lives of their families, strengthening the bonds of their friendships, and providing a thriving foundation for the communities in which they live. Her positive attitude, which I have to, I witnessed myself and experienced, she had a great disposition. Resilience and perseverance are examples of this gift, best exemplified by these words. To know Jean is to know unconditional love. A special gift has been extended to many over her 103 years, with the last 75 years as a resident of Lawrence Township. So just wanted to give a shout out. That was November 12, 2025, during the Family Council.
Wow. Great.
Yeah, she was in great shape. And she was sharp. Her mind was very sharp.
Oh, yeah.
She's the next speaker. All right. Now we will continue with our agenda for this evening. Bringing us to the first opportunity for public participation. This will be a 5-minute limitation per speaker. All right.
Council members, this is Sally Hoodie. I'm the organizer of Resistencia Acción New Jersey, and we serve Municipal County. I stood before you the last time we had a city council meeting, and we talked about ITA, Immigrant Trust Act. And we all know it is currently in the legislative body, but it is not moving. Mercer County just passed the ITA. And the reason why we're coming today is because we are at a critical moment. We actually can't wait. It is vital that we're passing the ITA during lame duck, and I'm going to tell you guys why. The current governor that's going to be governor in January has not promised that she will actually pass the Immigrant Trust Act directly, which is currently in place. If I could just have all your attention, please, as I'm appealing to you because we see immigrants every single day, and they need you. You guys are our leaders. And we're asking you to please don't put this off any longer. I understand there's process, I understand there's bureaucracy in government, but we can't wait. Every time we wait, our communities get harmed. So what we're asking you to do is please pass the ITA. So I'm going to tell you why. For those who are watching, the Immigrant Trust Act is legislation that ensures that our police officers are not sharing information with Immigration Customs Enforcement. Currently, there is no uniform way of our police officers knowing what they can and cannot do. And I was sharing that I'm an example of that. Immigration Customs Enforcement was called the Trenton Police Department and asked them for help. And when they showed up, instead of helping the immigrants in our community, what wound up happening was ICE created a perimeter of safety for Immigration Customs Enforcement, who didn't even have a warrant, so they could continue to try to get the family members that are in their homes out of their homes, because they weren't allowed into their home without a judicial warrant. And the police created this perimeter to keep us away, and I was arrested. With the Immigrant Trust Act, every single police officer, every single police department in New Jersey will know what they can and can't do, because there'll be uniform training for all of them. Beyond that, agencies, government agencies that provide services for our community will also not share information with Immigration Customs Enforcement. We don't need our tax dollars to be used to separate families and deport families, right? And so we're asking you to please don't put it off. We came here, we spent time. My mother, who came from out of the country visiting me, is at home. And I took the time because I know how important it is. We can't wait. Please put this on the agenda and let's pass it. Mercer County passed it. Let's pass this resolution saying we are in support of this. We see the immigrants in our community. We want them to be safe. And as leaders, we see you and we're going to make sure that you're protected. So we're asking, please don't delay. We need the time for you all to pass this and then to use your power to please reach out to Scutari and Coughlin, because they're the leadership in the legislative body, to put it on the calendar so we can pass this. I am here again, taking my time away from family. Look at our rapid responders. Please raise your hand if you're a rapid responder. Waking up 5:30 a.m. each morning, 5:30 to 8:30, patrolling to make sure our immigrant communities are safe, because they are destroying families. They are waiting in their cars, 5:30 a.m. for people to leave their home so they can grab them. This is literally what's happening, and you'll hear stories from some of our patrollers today. So we are here to say you are leaders. This is your time to shine, to show us that you can be there for community and to really make sure that the legislative body knows we need this. We don't want it, we need it. Our communities need it. Everyone deserves safety. Our tax dollars should not be used to separate families. So I'm here to appeal to you to please do not wait. We can't wait another week or two. We need you to pass it today so that we can use what you pass and so that you can use what you pass to implore the legislative body to please pass this before January. So because the current governor will sign it and he will protect immigrants, but we're not sure that that will happen when the new governor comes in place. And I'd love to ask if you have any questions about the ITA. We are here, happy to answer any of them. One other thing it does, I'll just share, is accountability. Currently, under the Immigrant Rights Directive, which can leave with a new governor, there's no accountability measure. That means Immigration Customs Enforcement could be calling your police department and you'd never know, because there's no accountability. But with this, they absolutely have to report when Immigration Customs Enforcement calls and say, hey, help us. We're trying to pick somebody up and there's people here in our way. They can't do that. We'll know, because they have to report it to the Attorney General. So I'm going to end with, please be leaders. This is your time to shine. We can't wait. The bureaucracy hurts our communities when we're waiting, when we're saying, oh, just one. No, you heard from other students who told you what the Immigrant Trust Act. We're here to tell you what it is. Please, it's time to pass it already. Thank you. Thank you. Hi, My name is Joanna Lloyd, and I'm a veterinarian from Robbinsville, New Jersey, and I'm here to speak in support of the Immigrant Trust Act. My mother's family came to this continent on the Mayflower. My father's family came through Ellis Island, and what that makes me is an immigrant. We tell ourselves stories of bravery, about our ancestors sailing the sea, about crossing the ocean and making a new land. We don't tell the story of how that land was taken, which is unfortunate because it seems that so much of the current immigration debate comes from this idea that the land belongs to us and the door is closed. It was less than a week ago that we celebrated Thanksgiving, a holiday about family and people we love, and origin that crosses over the truth and cruelty of the past. And while we celebrate Thanksgiving, ICE is destroying families, kidnapping loved ones, and engaging in unimaginable cruelty on a daily basis. What America claims to be, the land of the free and the home of the brave, we don't talk about the bravery and heroism it takes to reach the U.S. border on foot, to walk hundreds of miles to the border to seek a better life for you and your children. Is there anything more American than that journey? The Statue of Liberty doesn't have a sign to welcome billionaires. It doesn't have a quota. It's an ideal. It says, send these, the homeless, the tempest tossed to me. I lift my lamp beside the golden door. I know the ITA isn't on the agenda tonight, but ICE wastes no time waking up before sunrise to shatter families. 4 weeks, 6 weeks, a delay on the municipal calendar. Every day is an eternity when you are waiting to find out if your spouse is coming home from work. I want a golden door, not a border wall. Please pass the ITA.
Thank you. Just gonna ask, I don't know if you signed in, this evening? Okay. Congratulations.
Hi again, Jessica DeFalco, Mercer County resident, 25 years. Currently live in East Windsor. When I was here last time and spoke to you guys, I talked about my experience as a rapid responder with Resistencia. I primarily do patrols and rapid response in East Windsor where I live, but I do have ties to Lawrence, and it was nice, and I still see some faces in here from that I remember from when I was at Slackwood on the Ladies Auxiliary. So that was interesting tonight, seeing some of those promotions. I do see on the agenda tonight that number 7 says review and revision of the agenda. So I'm asking tonight that you guys revise the agenda and to pass the ITA resolution for Lawrence tonight. Everything that's going on, like we said, we're in the lame duck session. Current governor will sign this and will sign the ITA into law if we can get the legislature to do it. We need to get as many local towns and counties to adopt the resolution so we can use that when we are talking to the state legislature leaders. So again, asking you to revise the agenda tonight and pass an ITA resolution tonight. And I'll say the same thing to you guys that I said at the Mercer County Commissioners meeting. If I can be brave enough to face 8 ICE agents by myself in my wheelchair with my camera rolling, please have the bravery to pass this tonight. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Vina Combler. I'm a resident of Lawrence Township. I'm not an activist and I'm not a polished or well-informed person, but this year has taught me that I need to become more engaged. And so I started coming to the town council meetings because I realized that I have to start getting more involved after seeing everything the federal government has been doing, this administration has been doing. And so I sat in that chair back there when Tasmania came and spoke at the last meeting. And I was so moved by all of their stories that my husband and I joined our organization and we just became trained to be rapid responders. We went on our first patrol this weekend. We're both terrified, right? We are not, this is our first time being involved in any of this kind of organizing, but we our view where we went to school, we went to college, we've read about the Holocaust, and these stories are just so terrifying. We got to meet at some of the community events Resistencia held, people whose families have actually been ripped apart. And it's so different from just seeing it on the news or seeing videos of it on social media, actually seeing someone face to face, actually experiencing this. So as a Lawrence Township constituent, I'm so happy that you guys actually had an opportunity to show me that there's incredible groups like that here throughout the county, through the town. And so I implore you to please pass the ICA tonight. Thank you.
Good evening, council. My name is Faranaz Shamim. I live here in Lawrence Township. I'm with Resistencia. I'm actually wearing my vest as a rapid responder. I've been with the organization since about January now, so almost a year. And I can tell you all with full confidence that the work that we do is so meaningful. It is one of the only ways to really fight back right now. I have, it's someone else actually in Lawrence Township who is in here tonight. Who has been getting threats by a roommate that they have in their housing arrangement. It's a long, complicated story, but I just want you guys to know that racism is very much alive. I'm sure some of you have experienced it and know that to be true, but I've heard, like witnessed with my own eyes firsthand how someone can tell another family with children that I'm gonna call ICE only. Not knowing their status, not knowing that that may actually put them in some sort of danger, just saying it to be cruel, to be really heartless. And I mean, I've seen the fear in the children's eyes. Like I've actually witnessed this firsthand so many times that the story's getting old. Like it's just getting so old to be here and pleading and like trying to help you guys understand what we're seeing on a regular basis, the kind of like devastation that families are facing by being torn apart. There's another family in Trenton whose husband was I actually talked about this last time, but he was deported recently. She has a newborn baby and no breadwinner and 3 other children to take care of. A lot of us here right now are trying to support her, you know, with like diapers, getting her like food, medicine, all kinds of things. We're trying to put a Band-Aid on a system that's very much broken. We know that the work we do is going to make things slightly better, but we know we can't save everybody. We can't do everything. That's why we need you guys. We need some sort of legislature, we need some kind of policy, something that we can actually count on to be there so that next time my friend Asma that just spoke doesn't get arrested, for example. I was there when she got arrested. I watched it happen. I almost got arrested myself. The police literally told us, you cannot come here because you're creating a nuisance or you're affecting our ability to carry out our job or whatever, taking orders. And what was the order? There was none. There was no warrant. There was no warrant. There was a bunch of ICE agents. They called the police on us because we were trying to warn the neighbors, the people in the area that, hey, ICE is knocking on doors. They don't have a warrant. You don't need to open the door. These are your rights. We tried to say them in Spanish so, other people could understand. And the police was called to take us away, to prevent us from teaching people their rights. So I don't know how many more examples I can share. I'm not sure what exactly will be the story that you need to hear, the sentence that, may just like connect to you and get through to you all. I hope that each and every one of you feels what we're talking about, feels the weight of it, because it's extremely important. It needs to be passed urgently. It can't wait. It can't even wait till the next year. It can't. I mean, I know we're so close to it, but you guys, please, we really need this ASAP. I don't want my neighbors to be in fear. I talk with some of my neighbors about the work that I do. They actually recognize me because they've seen the viral videos. They know what's happening. At first I wasn't very open about it, but some of them, they know. So I've talked with them when sometimes in our neighborhood, we'll have just random people walking around with what's the word? Sorry, I'm trying to think of this. Plain clothes, when they're in plain clothes and they have guns on them. We've seen that around our neighborhood. It wasn't ICE, thankfully, it didn't turn out to be ICE. But me and my neighbors will text each other, who is that? Where are they going? Let's watch, let's figure out, whose house are they knocking on? We're trying to make sure that we're all safe. My neighbors, my comrades, my friends,
my peers, my colleagues, everyone that I know and trust is deeply scared of what's happening, whether you're a citizen or not, whether your parents were immigrants or your grandparents or so long ago that you don't consider yourself an immigrant anymore. But we are all immigrants. Everyone is affected by this. So I just really hope that we're able to stress to you guys how important it is. I hope you're not just sitting there hearing the same thing over and over and just, at the end of the day, you're just gonna push it off anyway. I hope this is really like getting through to everyone sitting here. I hope that the people that are representing my township care about immigrants. I hope you all care about the very vulnerable populations that are here. I'm not sure what all of your stances are, but it would make me proud to know that each and one of you has a heart and really cares and doesn't want families torn apart. That you don't want police collaborating with ICE and carrying out this regime that is fascist. If you study history, someone just mentioned the Holocaust. This is exactly what's happening right now. So we want you all to act with that sense of urgency and not dismiss it, not say, oh, we hear you, but, next agenda, we'll talk about it again. We'll keep talking about it, No, we need you to take action. We need you to seriously just get this done and over with, because we will just keep coming back. And in the meantime, people are threatened. The longer we wait, if you would like to add anything, sure.
Oh, you see, you're coming over the town.
Okay. Yeah, I understand. Thank you for giving me the chance to go over this. I just really hope that it's not something that's gonna get pushed to the next agenda and again and again. Please pass the resolution immediately. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
My name is Emily Paul, I'm a lifelong resident of Orange, Municipal, living outside of Township. But I have a story I want to share I've never told anyone in 50 years. It was something I was sworn by my parents not to tell anyone. It was about a family we befriended probably in the 70s, it was early 1970s, I was very young. And they had some daughters, as I recall, a son. I remember my mother saying the daughter had anxiety. I know they were from Greece, they were Greek. My parents got along with them like we were a family. They lived in a beautiful home in Franklin School. And we used to visit them, and then one day my mother told me, "You never tell them I'm going to tell you, but they have to leave. They're going to pack everything up in their car. They're going to come here one final time, and you can never tell anyone." For her to share that with me, I was a pretty gossipy kid, but I never told anyone. It was serious. So they came to our house. And we said goodbyes, nighttime, probably 10 o'clock was late. They told me what city they were going to. We drove into the Brunswick Circle and they drove off. We never worked with them again. I remember coming, I was very young, so it was very hard for me to process this. Just my mother told me they couldn't stay here because they were not, I guess, legal. She said that term, but I just remember that was the meaning. And I just couldn't understand, why did they have to leave? And I remember we came, it was like a funeral with my parents. We just didn't say a word, we went to bed, we never spoke of it again, and this is the first time I ever shared this story with anyone. So this happens to real families, and sometimes wonder what happened to them, or they picked up. If they'd stayed here, would they have been able to marry one of their daughters? Maybe I would build a business with one of their sons. And I don't know, some of you might know Michael Simonelli, he was a police officer here at the township. I remember one time I was in high school, this was years later. And he brought the family up, and he said, yeah, it was so strange, it was so nice, and one night they were just gone. They just disappeared. They had old furnishings left in their home. So those are the types of effects that this type of, let's say, policing, whatever you want to call it, abductions is having an effect on people. I mean, not just people that we don't really necessarily know, but they were part of the community. It affected my family very much. It affected my son and Allie, and I could see it really affected him. And they were just great, warm people. So I hope that you do take this really seriously and do pass a resolution tonight. And I don't know, I went to my family in Naples, and we went to Pompeii. And I'd never seen this before. I don't know if anyone's ever seen this. But to show you, it was actually this beautiful, huge home they uncovered. And this is actually what it looks like. It's like a tile on the floor. It's a huge dog. And I don't know if anyone reads Latin, but it's the first time known for anyone to write, beware of the dog. I'd like to think this resolution would tell ICE and any kind of illegal or improper activities they do, that they're being watched. It's not acceptable. And that Lawrence Township stands firm in protecting the rights of all human beings regardless. So when it is an appropriate time to ask, I can ask, could you share with me what your positions are at this time, or is this something you feel it's not the appropriate time?
No, if, Attorney, is it a fair question? We can be able to,
Well, you,
can we have to go to cover our position on this issue?
yeah, you have nothing
In front of you to.
you have nothing in front of you to review, in terms of exactly what the resolution would be. I would suggest we do have a meeting in 2 weeks from tonight. If we could have a formal resolution, I could possibly see what the county of Mercer has. The county of Mercer passed, the commissioner passed.
Yes,
resolution. Yeah, get a copy of that from county council, which is well known, and also in the other municipal resolutions.
Princeton also passed it.
Yeah, you can do it by title, but I think there's a danger in that. You want to know what you're voting on. And I understand the need for speed, so to speak, but the legislature, the governor doesn't come in until January 20th, so you have a little over a month to try to have Governor Murphy sign any bill, but I'd be reluctant to advise you to pass a resolution. If you want to take a straw poll that is non-binding to place this on the next agenda, and the clerk place that, but this, with the understanding that this vote would not be binding, the only binding vote would be at the resolution on December 16th. But I'm not in any way opposed to the resolution, but I think procedurally, we don't want to have a defect that could be problematic in passing the resolution. So it's up to you, Mayor.
We have a.
Yes.
Now might be a good time just to address the comments that we heard both at the last meeting and this meeting from community members and members of the Resistencia advocacy group. I have taken the concerns seriously, as have several of my colleagues here, and I think this is an issue that merits our full discussion and consideration. It is my intent to sponsor a resolution for the next meeting, which I intend to draft over the next few days. I welcome any input and collaboration with my council colleagues. Most of all, I want our community members to know that your advocacy matters and that we do hear you. So it's on our plate.
And I just, and also, I want to add just my own things, just, our Lawrence Township police, I believe, in their actions and that they do the right thing. Criminals, regardless of what their status is and who they are, need to be, action needs to be taken in that matter. And what we're talking about with the Immigration Trust Act is not addressing that, right? It is a matter of protecting our residents here in Lawrence Township and letting them know that we support them and we stand with them. But, at the same time, it's a fine line that we are, balancing, and we are, as the councilwoman stated, we will be working on something for a full vote. Seeing no additional comments at this time?
All right, good evening. My name is Richard. I'm the organizer of Resistencia. Also, do rapid response. I also help lead the Ice Out of Princeton campaign. To be honest, I wasn't prepared to speak. I just got off a flight last night and came in today because we can't stop. Every day something new. Every day we hear a different story. I came in today to the office and we have a family, a mother with a 6-month-old just there and not knowing what to do. And her husband just got deported today back to Ecuador. He was in the detention center about a month. And he was a breadwinner. He worked 2 jobs. She was a stay-at-home mom. She does not have any type of income. She just started working about 2 days ago. She's having a stranger watch her 6-month-old daughter. And this is what we're waking up to every day, every single day. I do thank you guys for giving us the opportunity to come here and speak. And I know last time we gave our comments, we had a couple of stories. I can give you guys a whole bunch of different stories from people from here, from Lawrenceville, that come into our office, or that come into our meetings and tell us a lot of things. But I think you guys heard it a lot. And we did something similar in Princeton when we originally decided to speak about the resolution, and we wanted Princeton also to pass the resolution. And I'm gonna be really honest, it was kind of the same at the beginning. It was like, we need to look at it, we need to think about it, we got to look at how it is, we got to see how the other towns are doing it, we have to compare the lines. And I can tell you that after 2 times that we went into those council meetings, there was a raid in Princeton. 15 people were detained. 15 people were detained. Immediately after that, they passed it. But I think it was a little too late, right?
Yeah.
And it wasn't that because of the resolution was gonna make it easier or was gonna stop the raid from happening. But I can tell you that the guilt was very strong, and you could just sense it. We are always looking to work together. We want to create a community plan. We want to work together. We want to make sure that the residents here feel okay, that the kids that go to school and have to go through all this trauma, they have to go to school and get bullied because they look Hispanic or because they look like brown. And that's why, I had someone that I particularly know that the other day, her mom was in the shower, her dad was working, she was home by herself here in Lawrenceville. He knocked on her door. It wasn't ICE, it wasn't anyone, but she freaked out. She had anxiety attack, started calling all the lines. And I don't think anyone needs to go through this, So please consider taking this. We definitely want to know, what's your stance on this individual, whether you can pass it or not pass it, or you're going to do it here and in a different one. We would definitely want for this to be passed. For you to also join the rest of the counties that are doing it. When we started in Princeton, there weren't that many that joined, and after a lot started joining. So definitely think about it. It's something that I know it's not gonna prevent people from getting detained, because this is just what we're living on, the world that we're living on. I was at the airport and people were scared in line that were not citizens, and were still scared, and even some citizens that were scared, just because these are the times that we're living. And I heard a comment about the criminals. I understand, but we're also living in the country where now due process is not being respected. And there is no due process. So we have to just make sure that we do what's right as leaders for the people. People are not even looking at the resolution sometimes, some of the resolutions, they just want to make sure that you guys are standing with that. They say, you know what, they're here. This is my town. This is where I grew up. But we met Vina, she came into one of our meetings and said, where did we meet you? In Lawrenceville. I was at the town hall meeting. This is not right what's happening. And I think the residents will actually feel better, will feel okay, will feel like you guys are with them and stand with them. So thank you so much for your time.
Yeah, Mayor, my apologies, it looks like I missed a lot at the last meeting, so thank you for coming again and telling your story. I have a question for you, Mayor. Have you been in touch with our state legislators? Have you been in touch with Senator Turner's office, or Assemblyman Borelli, or Assemblywoman Berlina Reynolds-Jackson? Have you been in touch with them about what their stance is and how they see this?
Yes, I have been in contact with both of our assembly members, Berlina Reynolds-Jackson and Assemblyman Borelli. Senator Turner's office, I've also reached out to them personally, to her personally as well. And both the Assemblyman Borelli and Berlina Reynolds-Jackson are on board.
I thank Councilwoman Santos for speaking with me over the past few days about this very issue. I reached out to former Lawrence colleague, former Lawrence Councilwoman Kathleen Lewis, who's now a commissioner, So to Mr. Sypek's point, I do have a copy of the past resolution. So I think we can sort of start to work on, you talked about partnership. I definitely will be willing to work with you on putting something together that's launch specific. So.
Thank you.
Good evening, council. Thank you for bringing us out tonight. I appreciate all of the feedback and comments we've gotten. The last time we were here for a meeting to encourage you all to pass the ITA resolution, I shared the story. I shared an experience I had as an operator, a volunteer operator for a rapid response line. And how much that really shook me to the core. I won't repeat that story here, and I think in the many rounds I've made in council, city councils, county councils, working on promoting the passage of this resolution, I found this particular council to be very amenable and very open to conversation about this, and I do appreciate that. I want to acknowledge that. And so I want to just, again, to reiterate some of the things that my colleagues here have said. By the way, sorry, the introduction, I'm a board member of the CIMCO. I'm also a rapid response. I'm so sorry, Marl. Very comfortable here. Too comfortable with this council. My name is Marl. I am a researcher at Princeton University. I'm also an educator. I've taught many classes at the undergraduate level at different institutions. And I actually, as everyone was speaking, I was thinking of two things. I teach human rights law, and in that class, we go through a series of understanding why so many atrocities in the world continue to persist when we have these beautiful pieces of legislation. We have the UDHR that talks about human rights being guaranteed to so many people. And there's always this critique I get from undergrads that these are just words on a page. What would a resolution do anyway? And that's some of the conversations that we were having in a lot of these council townships that we go from town to town. I also teach rights courses and social change and social movement courses, which kind of dovetail with what I teach in the human rights course, where students come up with, by the end of the course, they come to the resolution that the only way for anything to happen is for local government to step in and have our backs. Because it's community organizing, grassroots organizations, and then taking it to the people who we've elected, the people who we know, the people who are not, held back or tied down by other influences that are often financial, which we don't have. And this is, I'm obviously very impressed by the fact that 20-year-olds can come to this conclusion. I lead them to, I'm only a little guide there, but they come to this conclusion that especially today, this is what we have to look forward to. The younger generation has local government to look forward to in terms of shaping a more promising future. To add to that, I also want to mention I just came back from the American Anthropological Association conference in Louisiana. I came back from the Middle East Studies Association conference in DC just last week, back-to-back conferences. One of my colleagues was detained by ICE on his way to the Middle East Studies Association. He holds a passport from a Middle Eastern country. What I'm saying here is that this is something that is affecting all of us. I hate to think that it only has to affect someone we know before we take action, but I want to urge you to, again, as you've already mentioned, the enthusiasm is very promising for us, but to do this sooner than later, because time is, it can either make or break the future of a lot of the protections that we're hoping to get with the passage of the ITA resolution, which is more than, as my students learn, words on a page. It sets a tone. It tells the community that you care about us. And then I'm happy to say thank you.
What is my time limit before I start speaking?
5 minutes.
I cannot be, not very good with time.
Hello, good night, or good evening. It's 7:39, so not yet tonight. My name is Juliana, and I'm one of those 20-year-olds. Morale is not my professor, but I am 21 years old, and I'm also a community organizer with Resistencia en Acción. And I've sat in that chair wondering what I needed to share, what was the most important detail or story that I could bring to use my voice for those who are watching on our live stream because they can't be here. And the only thing I could think of is, as a volunteer, as a 21-year-old who is a third-year student at Princeton, I operate for the 24/7 hotline. So I wake up sometimes 4:30 a.m. in the morning, right? Sorry. And I want you to picture what I'm going to tell you. It is 4:30 a.m. in the morning. I get a call, no caller ID. I don't know who's calling. The first thing I hear is not, my name is, or no introduction. I just hear, ice, ice. There's silence from the other end of the call. And I can hear a baby crying. I can hear 14-year-old asking his mom, Mom, what's happening? Ice. And it's 4:30 a.m. in the morning. I didn't get any sleep that night because I was up doing one of my research papers, which that time on mine, right? Like that's no one else's fault aside from mine. But I'm getting these calls, and it's a line that operates 24/7. So these are real life stories that happen every day. My other job as a part of this organization is I work with the families. So aside from hearing these calls, and I'm on the other end in a corner on my bed from my dorm, hearing the pounding on the door, hearing the crying of a 2-year-old, hearing the pleas of a 14-year-old, hearing the mother say, I don't know what to do. And I'm trying to give a know your rights on the spot within a minute so that they know that they have a right to remain silent, that ICE cannot enter if they don't have a warrant signed by a judge. And these are things that I have to remember at the top of my head, translate from English to Spanish. On the other end, I'm in a phone call with my colleague Richard because we're trying to get rapid responders there to figure out what's going on. So I have my iPad on a phone call with my colleague, my phone with a call with the family, and I have my computer out trying to communicate on a different chat with rapid responders. Hey, this is the address. Hey, they're wearing black vests, they're wearing green vests, they're tall, they saw this type of model, there are kids involved. So there's so many things going on. Last week or 2 weeks ago, I was operating, I think I took a total of 14 calls within a span of 4 days. 14 calls. A couple of those were some prank calls of people saying we're gonna call ICE on you. You know, you can prank call, but I have to take those calls. So as a part of an organizer, I hear these stories, and now the next part is I have to sit down with these families to do an intake. And what do I tell them? Because I don't have a solution. I can't tell them we are going to get them out of Delaney home, because unfortunately that's not true. I also can't promise them that I can help them get a lawyer where they will be able to get a bond or get out on a bond, because that's also not the best solution either. The judge can approve one of them, but is your immigration agent also going to approve that and let it happen? Oftentimes not. We also hear the comment, oh, the criminal illegal aliens. 70% of the people who are currently detained and have been detained by ICE are actually, they have no criminal conviction. 70%. So something's not aligning with all of the things that we're saying. And as a 21-year-old who gets frustrated because I went to the Princeton City Council, one of the classes that I took at Princeton, the title is Politics of Performance. And I took that freshman year. And we sat in different city council hearings, just listening in. And a lot of the conversations were needed. They were very mundane things that were needed. We were talking about houses that needed to be remodeled. These are important things. But the fact that we have courses that have to determine whether politics is just a performance, I think brings up a lot of questions.
Thank you.
Sorry, can I just add something? I just
You
know.
come up.
Come to the mic.
It's just really quick.
No, you have to be on the
Okay,
record.
sure,
You have
sure,
to
let me be on the record. Alright, so I'm on the record, my name is Farah Naz, I live in Lawrence Township, I just couldn't help but notice you were on your phone the whole entire time.
I was actually looking up some information about this and looking at what
Okay,
legislators are
okay,
supporting it and what municipalities have found. So,
okay, well, I appreciate your response. It was just hard for me to kind of see that, you're glued to it, because
well,
as my colleague said, it's very heartbreaking stuff, so
well,
just want to know that you guys are, hearing the stories and
I
feeling.
found a bunch of municipalities that seem to be supporting it.
Yes, please, I mean, Trenton, Princeton, Mercer County,
Thank you.
we're waiting for Lawrence.
Okay, thank you. Okay, seeing no additional comments at this time, I'm going to close public participation. There'll be another opportunity later in the meeting. We don't have any revisions to the agenda, right? All right, if I can have a motion for the adoption of the minutes from previous meetings, one by one.
Mayor, I'll make a motion for 8A closed meeting August 21st, 2025.
Second.
Madam Clerk, would you call the roll, please?
Mr. Ballard?
Yes.
Mr. Kanaki?
Yes.
Ms. Sanchez?
Yes.
Mayor.
Yes.
Mayor, I'll make a motion to move 8B closed meeting October 7th, 2025.
Second.
Madam Clerk, would you call the roll, please?
Mr. Bobbitt?
Yes.
Mr. Kanaki?
Yes.
Sanchez?
Yes.
Mayor Farmer?
Yes.
Mayor, I'll move 8C regular meeting September 16th, 2025.
Second.
Madam Clerk, call the roll, please.
Mr. Bobbitt?
Yes.
Mr. Kanaki?
Yes.
Ms. Sanchez?
Yes.
Mayor Farmer?
Yes. Okay, the awarding and rejecting of bids.
Mayor, I'll move 9A, number 358, authorizing award of bid to master build and design for rehabilitation at 340 Fontaine Lane.
Second.
This is a project under our Affordable Housing Rehabilitation Program, and the contract amount is $25,855.
Is there any public participation or questions for this item? Seeing none, Madam Clerk, call the roll, please.
Mr. Bobbitt?
Yes.
Mr. Kanaki?
Yes.
Ms. Sanchez?
Yes.
Mayor Farmer?
Yes.
Mayor, I'll move 9B, number 359, authorizing award of bid to Unlimited Construction for rehabilitation at 43 Bosset Court.
Second.
This is also a contract for Affordable Housing Rehabilitation Program. The contract amount is $21,300.
Is there any public participation on this item? Seeing none, Madam Clerk, please call the roll.
Mr. Bobbitt?
Yes.
Mr. Kanaki?
Yes.
Ms. Sanchez?
Yes.
Mayor Farmer?
Yes.
Mayor, I'll move 9C, number 360, authorizing award of bid 2512 recycle collection and disposal.
Second.
This is for a contract for recycling, collection, and disposal work. It's actually for 1 month. the month of December. The contract went from November to November, so we actually needed to have a contract to cover just one last month, and that's what this is.
Great, okay.
You must have been looking at the amount going, what is this about? That's the monthly charge.
Any comments from the public on this particular? Good. Seeing none, Madam Clerk, please call the roll.
Mr. Bobbitt,
Yes.
Mr. Connectney,
Yes.
Ms. Finch,
Yeah.
Mayor Condon.
Yes. Here's the introduction of ordinances, first reading, we have an ordinance number 2502-25.
Mayor, I'll make a motion to move 10A, ordinance number 250225, an ordinance amending ordinance number 2498-25, salary ordinance of the Township of Lawrence, unclassified and/or exempt seasonal, emergency, non-union employees for 2023 to 2025, adding title of SLEO Class 1 to Schedule D, Grade 17.
Second.
This is a position that's actually really unique to law enforcement in the state of New Jersey, and we're really proud to be out in front of this. As you may recall, we had a code enforcement officer, Elwood Dasher, who had a lot of qualifications for drug rehabilitation work and mental health counseling work, and we decided to use his talents in a way where we're going to be one of the first police departments to have an officer dedicated to responses to provide additional response and support for people that are in mental illness crisis as well as drug crisis. And so with that, we created this position for him. His exact title has yet to be determined, but we're really excited to be able to meet the need of the community. As you may recall, for the last couple of years, the police chief would come during the annual budgets and give a message, and they indicated the dramatic increase in mental health calls as well as drug calls. And seeing that need, the police chiefs came up with this idea to use the talent that we have. So Elwood Dasher will no longer be the code enforcement officer. He's moving over. Our recreational van driver who provided assistance to senior citizens, he's now going to become the code enforcement officer. We hired an individual to provide van services for our senior citizens. So I hope that you approve of this.
And kudos to the administration for recognizing this need and taking action and being at the forefront of something that is so critical and important more than ever to our community. So, okay, is there any public comment on this? Okay, Madam Clerk, you can
First reading.
proceed.
There's no public
Action.
comment.
Mr. Bobbitt,
Yes.
Mr. Connectney,
Yes.
Ms. Finch,
Yes.
Mayor Condon.
Absolutely, yes. Okay, now to the reception, we're at the manager's report.
I do just have one item that I want to, you guys have already been previously informed of this, but we have gotten Christopher M. Longo to become another, again, a member of our municipal organizational staff. He has started his position of deputy municipal manager yesterday. As a part of our plan, I've also today issued a memorandum that I shared with you that basically, I'll just read it off to the record real quick, so we have it, so it's for the public consumption. Effective immediately and pursuant to section 20-9 of the Lawrence Township Municipal Code, I hereby designate Christopher Nwongo as Director of Public Safety. For the purposes of this designation, the Department of Public Safety encompasses the Division of Police, the Division of Fire and EMS, and the Division of Emergency Management. Under the authority of the municipal manager, the Director of Public Safety is responsible for high-level administrative oversight of all public safety divisions to ensure lawful, efficient, coordinated, and fiscally responsible delivery of services. In this capacity, Chris's responsibilities include leadership, policy development, strategic planning, budgeting, and resource management, personnel coordination, and overall administrative stewardess, while respecting the operational authority vested in the Chief of Police, the Fire Administrator, and the Emergency Management Coordinator. And just briefly, Chris is well known to us. We went through his retirement a little bit more than a year ago. We heard all the wonderful things about him. But I will just share this. In his position as police chief, and my position as the director of public safety and municipal manager, we had a period of several years to work closely together. We developed a professional relationship based upon respect and trust. And I observed firsthand his leadership skills. And when the council came up with the idea of creating and filling the position of deputy municipal manager, I embraced it, and I did immediately think that Chris Longo would be a perfect individual to do this. And I did encourage him to apply for the position. This was an open position. We had more than 30 professionals respond. I interviewed, I believe, 7 to 8 individuals that fit the criteria that we were looking for. We landed on Chris. He went out and he was working outside for PSE&G for a year, and I think that's really a benefit to him, to work outside the scope of municipal government. So he's gotten that to add to his skill set. And, you know, we were looking for someone that had first responder experience in police and fire, also had the skill set, strong communication, leadership, a team builder, all of those things. Chris checked the mark on all of those. And so I'm really happy and excited for this organizational change. And we're lucky to have him back, that's for sure. We've had a lot of support here, but they have to leave early, so.
Well, welcome back.
Thank you.
Mr. Longo. Nice to see you. Very excited. We know that you do an excellent job representing the township once again.
Thank you.
And that's all I have for my.
Brings us to our attorney's report.
Madam Mayor, we do have a closed session on certain matters of litigation, which we will hopefully have soon. And that's part and parcel of my report.
Also, if you don't mind, Bart, I would just like to put on the record that with regard to the fire study
Okay.
and the engagement of CGR, the vendor you selected, we have received and reviewed the agreement. Art has been in contact with their officials, and we will have a resolution for December 16th to authorize and approve of the agreement for you to sign, so we can get going on that fire study.
Yes, correct. Thank you.
That's good news. We have any unfinished business? Clerk's report. This is our circle. All right. Madam Clerk, would you like to ask?
Just a few. Boards and committees. I sent that out on October the 25th, and I did get a lot of responses back. I had it prepped today, I just didn't get a chance to print it out for you, but I will have it ready for everyone at the December 16th meeting for you to be able to review. Also, the pay-to-play forms went out already. I sent those out November 15th. I have received a lot of those back. Let's see, the newly elected officers orientation is going to be January 31st, 2026. It's on a Saturday, both days, and February 21st. Just let me know if you want to attend, and one who wants to attend. Also, under our Lawrence E codes, we now have, we're starting to get everything in under there. We have our, so far, the agendas, I think the budget is under there, minutes. We're gonna have the resolutions coming forth soon. We're gonna try to get it all the way back. So we're gonna start at 2025 and go back through to 2020. But right now, we just have a few on there for 2025. So that when people click on, it's gonna be legal notices on there pretty soon, and a couple other things that's gonna go on. And Oprah, our Oprah program, I finally finished up all the internal work. I just need one thing from our IT department, and hopefully sometime this week, we'll be starting to do our electronic acceptance of that. Okay. So we got good things in works for 2026.
Good. Anything unfinished? Is it a fire city?
Oh, I want to say one
One
thing.
more?
Welcome back.
Yeah.
I missed you.
Like what?
Now for old business and new business. Give this the opportunity again to mention that today is Giving Tuesday, which is a national day to make donations to your favorite charity. We're going to mention that. And then this will bring us now to the next opportunity for public participation. This time it'll be a 3-minute limit.
Thank you so much. I'm not sure if this is on, but it doesn't matter. Martha Fred, 976 Lawrence Road. I want to congratulate Chris Longo. I've known him for decades. Stand-up guy. In my role with Lawrence Neighbors Together, we knew he was somebody we could go to if there were concerns in the community. Personally, I know him to be a man of character, and I just think what a great opportunity for the town to bring him back in this role. So thank you, Manager Kaminsky, for that choice. I also want to just, as a resident, I've had wonderful conversations with many of you about my support for you guys to pass a resolution in support of the Immigrant Trust Act. I appreciate those cups of coffee we've had together, those conversations. I know that you are working on it and you're going to have conversations as council. I also want to let you know that, again, just to speak highly of our police department, Interim Chief Redding met with myself, Olga Martinez this week, and we also had just an open, honest conversation about the directive, the difference between that and the Immigrant Trust Act, and just made sure to solidify those relationships because he knows he can call on us as citizens as Lawrence Neighbors Together, and we know we can call on him. So that's what we do here in Lawrence. We have conversations, even if they're hard conversations, but thank you, council. I look forward to being here at the end of this month, to hear that vote be taken. Thank you.
Seeing no additional public participation, I'm closing public participation. Brings us to our resolutions and bond acceptance. Can I have a motion?
Mayor, if I may, if there's no issue with council, I'd like to move 18A1 through H6 in the block.
Second.
Madam Clerk, call the roll, please.
Mr. Bobbitt?
Yes.
Mr. Kanaki?
Yes.
Ms. Simpson?
Yes.
Mayor Farmer?
Yes. Okay, now for estimates, refunds. Oh, I'm sorry. You got house. Okay. This brings us now to council initiatives and liaison reports. Yeah.
For the recreation, this Friday night's tree lighting. And as far as the trolley, I think it's three trolleys I have it. And you gotta fill out a paper online, and then they're gonna do it properly, coordinate and notify the person, the winner, and tell them what trolley they'll be on.
Oh, okay. So we're doing the raffle.
Yes.
I gotta get in there. Okay.
You gotta go online. and
Yeah, I gotta get in the raffle.
Time to
Yeah,
run
no,
it
no,
out.
no, no, no. Okay. Thank you.
Mayor, I just want to say that Shade Tree Committee is working on the forestry plan for the township with the consultant and our township engineer, Brendan Kramer. So that's exciting to sort of look at the various trees and sort of, the frightening part is the impact of some new diseases on some of the trees in our township. So there's that. Environmental Green Advisory Committee is continuing to work on the live staking they did in South Florence on the Shattuck, where they put basically, for lack of a better term, sticks into the stream banks, and that sort of helped stabilize the stream. And it was a wonderful partnership with ANJAC, which is the state environmental advisory committee support nonprofit, as well as our public works and our committee, and sort of it was a joint venture, so it's great. That's all I have.
Okay, I just wanted to just do an update with regards to the Lawrence Community Center. I just want the public to know that the council is actively working on this with regards to providing some additional information on the actions that we are going to take. So there should be a resolution coming shortly that will address issues such as the usage, governance, and what the maintenance of the facility will look like. In addition to, I just wanted to shout out to Jim Hardee's. I was at the League of Municipalities, we were at the League of Municipalities together, and on behalf of the township, we received an award for our Maidenhead Boardwalk through the Engineers Association. So it was, I should have brought, I'm sorry, with my show and tell, I forgot that award, but I'm ready for next week. And also in the shout out, I know our Public Works Director is also going to be recognized and honored by the Public Works organization next week.
Yeah.
So I wanted to also just give a shout out to Greg Whitehead for their great work. And the planning board met last night. We had a very lively, long meeting, but we got a lot done. And again, I just want to thank our volunteers who serve our township so well and are really engaged and give good feedback to us, and are just very active and participant residents. Can't rest it enough that the work that they do for our town voluntarily is to be honored and recognized. Okay. I think that's all I have. Anything else?
Motion for executive session.
Motion for executive session. Do we have one?
So moved.
Second. All in favor?
Hey, Chris. You can stay if you want.